Hey guys, today we're going to be filming a very quick and very easy eyebrow tutorial. I mean, it's not really a tutorial, it's just how I do my eyebrows. So I'm going to show you 3 eyebrow pencils that I really like. The first one is this Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer. This is in the shade medium brown, somewhat rectangular, triangular shapes. You just are able to cover a little bit more ground with this. Also just has like a really nice consistency where it's not too pigmented and not too waxy. This next one is kind of one of my older favorites. I don't use it a ton anymore, but I still would absolutely recommend it. This is the Annabelle Skinny Brow Pencil in the shade Universal Taupe. This one is one of those standard pretty skinny tips, but again, it just gives like a really nice smooth color payoff, and the shade is very nice for if you have blonde hair. Obviously comes in other shades too. And the eyebrow pencil that I've been liking most recently is this NYX Precision Brow Pencil. This is similar to the Maybelline one in the sense that it has kind of that thicker kind of rectangular tip. It's a little bit more powdery than the other ones. And you can kind of just get like a bit of a softer look with it. And this is in the shade Ash Brown. So that's the one that I'm going to be using today. All of these pencils are drugstore. Another product that I like and I sometimes use is the Ardell Stroke Brow. And this is one of those products that is like a marker felt tip. There it is there. You can get really fine strokes with that definitely mimic eyebrow hair. So I always start with combing my brows through because I just kind of want to get them to a decent shape on their own. I find my brows never look good if I don't brush them out first. I kind of have like 2 key steps that really make my brow have a good brow day. My first step is to start underneath, and I'm going to be starting right where my brow starts. My brows kind of start where I want them to start anyway, but if you find that your brows are pretty far apart, and you want to bring them a little bit closer together, I think people say kind of around your nostril areas where your brows should start. So you might need to bring it in a little bit further if your brows don't naturally start there anyway, but mine do. So I'm just going to take this, and what I do is I make a line from the very start of my brow to kind of the center of my brow. So I kind of just give myself that little outline of the bottom. My second step is to then change from the bottom to the top of my brow and kind of look at where my arch is. I don't have a super defined arch, so I kind of just create one where I think it should be. I start here on the top where my arch is, and then I kind of go down or out kind of to where the end of my brow is. So I've done my underline, and then my top line here to here. That just gives me my very basic shape. So from there, I kind of just focus on the middle part of my brow and just filling in any bald spots, like you can kind of see right there. I'm gonna fill in right here. I'm not really doing much shaping because I really truly feel like if you do that underline and then top line, you kind of just already have your shape. Maybe this won't work for every eyebrow, but it works really well for mine and for any of my friends that I've tried it on. Now for me personally, I don't like to take my brow too long or too down. I have hooded eyes, so if you also have hooded eyes, a really good tip is to keep your brows pretty short, and also don't bring them down too much because it really just makes your eyes look maybe droopier or heavier than they already do. And kind of give yourself a very mini eye lift by just keeping your brows a little straighter and a little bit shorter. So once I've kind of just filled in the areas that need to be filled in, then I take my eyebrow pencil on its side, so I'm covering more surface area, and I very, very lightly just flick upwards. I mean, I'm having the lightest hand with this because I almost want it to look like there's barely anything there. Keep blending it out with your spoolie as you go. Obviously, if you don't have enough volume on the ends, you can just kind of add a little bit of color there as well. But what I really like to do for the very tips of my brows when I really want to go all out is I will use that Ardell Stroke Brow that I mentioned. Again, this is like a felt tip marker kind of deal. And I will just add very light strokes near the very edge of my brow just to give myself some more hair. You can go down from the top as well. So this is kind of the base of my brow done. Obviously compared to this brow over here, it's just a little bit more fuller, a little bit more cleaner looking. But my favorite part is always applying brow gel, because for me, it really gives you that microbladed look. This e.l.f. tinted brow gel is my favorite ever. This is in the shade Light, but I also just have clear for more minimal days. I'm gonna use this light shade today. And this stuff, not only does it give you that defined microbladed look, but it also holds your brows all day better than any high-end or just any brow gel that I've ever tried before. And it is so cheap. If you feel like it's a tiny bit clumpy, you can just very lightly go over that with your just regular spoolie. That is the brow, guys. So here it is. So again, here is my brow with nothing, and here is my brow done. Honestly, just that first step that I showed you guys of doing the underline from here to here and then the top line from the arch down, that just makes the world of difference. Anyway, guys, that is the end of this very quick brow video. I hope that you enjoyed. Obviously, like I said, I don't know if this method really works for every single brow out there, but it works for me and maybe it'll work for you. This is just how I do them. Love you guys so much. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. I put out new ones every single week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.